Yo, what's up, guys? It's Ohio, and I finally finished the Gauntlet. It took a while because a couple of the full games I had to reset. I think the one before the last one was crazy. You literally had to stop a God Squad from getting 75 passing yards throughout the whole game. So it was pretty jacked up. It took me a while. I think I had to reset that game like 5 or 6 times, and it kept happening in like the fourth quarter. So that was pretty lame and frustrating. And it kind of took away from how happy I was to finish all this because it was so frustrating. I was raging pretty hard. But I also have an 89 player as well because they came out with that new set. Every single series they've come out with a +1 to the exchange set. So I turned in two 88s for that. And I just wanted to show you guys what it's like to pull that pack, since it is brand new. So here are all my packs, and I found out that all of the gold plus means that it's auctionable. So if you see a plus next to the pack, it's auctionable, and if it does not have a plus over the pack, then you can still get better than gold, but all of those cards will be nat. So just gold player pack and elite player pack will be nat cards. And most likely they're going to be not very good, but they can be anything, I think, in the base elite range of 80 to like 90. So you can pull something crazy. I obviously didn't pull anything too wild because it's my main account and I never get anything good on my main account. But what I would recommend is if you pull any decent elites, then just sell them. Don't try to put them in an elite player pack or anything like that, because what I think the smartest thing to do right now is to sell anything that you have of value. Try to stack your coins up and just buy the Gauntlet players because they're worth 13,000 training, and a lot of them are just 400k. So if you think about the coin for training ratio, it's absolutely crazy for those cards. It's way better than any other training you can get. Yeah, it's going to cost you 400k, but it is worth it. When I got my McNabb, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys right now, I quick sold him because I did not want McNabb. I'll tell you and I'll show you who I'm actually using as my quarterback soon. It's not anybody you guys probably think it is, but I quick sold McNabb for the 13k training. And then I actually bought a McNabb and quick sold him as well. And I made a lot of upgrades to my team and moved things around. So I'm going to show you guys my team after I show you all my rewards. I'd say the biggest tips that I can give you for the passing challenges, just put your fastest receiver on wide receiver number 2. So if you have a Tyreek, put him as wide receiver 2, because for the ladder challenges, the cornerback on the right side is always the slower one. I think one of them is the Rams, and that's Talib, and he has like 83, 84 speed. So you can blaze past him. Even though it's comp, you can blaze past him and score one-play touchdowns very easy. Even at the highest difficulty, you can just run right past him. So that's my tip for the passing ones. For the running ones, I would say buy the gold Lamar Jackson, and then just call a pass play like 4 verts or something like that, and then just run with him. Especially if you have a bad O-line, do that. But if you have a good O-line and you're doing the one where you have a bunch of plays, then just run your favorite run play. And if you're doing the one where you have to get a one-play touchdown, you might want to try the Lamar Jackson one if you have a bad O-line. Or maybe just do a toss play and sub your receiver out for a tight end, and then go to coach adjustments and put your running back ball carrier to aggressive. And my tips for the full games are to try to get your objectives done as quick as possible. If you can get them done in the first half, then do it, because the challenge is really hard to do, especially the one right before the end where you have to keep the computer from getting 75 passing yards. If you can keep them within that range in the first half, all you have to do from there is come out in the second half, stop them one time, and then you get the ball and you can literally clock, just run draw plays, run QB sneaks out of a pass, or just throw it to the halfback. Safe plays that you know will work, and you can literally clock away the whole second half. That's the way I would do it, so you can ensure that you can get the challenge done. You don't want to make it all the way to the fourth quarter and then have the challenge fail on you. That took me some trial and error because I literally did one challenge like 6 or 7 times, and then I finally realized, hey, I should just get everything done in the first half. And really quick, I wanted to show you guys a comparison between Richard Sherman and Darius Slay, because I was really thinking about getting Sherman. With his power-up, he has 90 speed, and that's pretty good for a guy as physical as him. But when you compare Richard Sherman's card with Slay's, really the only difference is the height and the strength. And the strength will help, don't get me wrong. The strength will help Sherman disengage from blocks, especially on the outside. So he will be able to stop runs better than Slay. And the extra height will help, especially with high point passes and deep routes. So it will help, and he will be a more physical guy. But those cards look very similar, and I don't think it's enough for me to pick him up for this choice. I might pick him up later, and I think if you're running a San Francisco theme team, then he is a pretty crazy cornerback, and you should probably have him. I would have just shown you guys all of my packs at once with no separation between anything, but they literally make you do the master set before you can even start the bonus challenges. So that's why I showed you all of the other packs first before I showed you the master pack and the 83 overall packs. But right here I went ahead and chose John Randall because I feel like DT is a spot I really don't want to worry about and have to spend a bunch of coins on. I can always switch my quarterback if I don't like the guy I have, and I can always pick up a new corner because I have 4 really good corners. So I can always pick up a new corner or switch one out if I need to. But defensive tackle is something I don't want to worry about, and John Randall is probably one of the best in the game. The only cards I would compare to the Randall are probably Mean Joe Green, Deacon Jones, and then maybe Snacks. And then, of course, Vita Vea because he is the GOAT. But you saw there he has every single ability that you would want a defensive lineman to have. And I don't really even think you need to power this guy up. You can for the extra strength and speed, but I don't really think it's a must. And he is actually one of the perfect solutions for the new McNabb. Just put Randall on a spy because your D tackle is probably the least likely to get pressure out of all your guys anyway. But now it is time to show you guys my team. And you can see my quarterback is Matthew Stafford. And I'll tell you why I picked him in a minute. But before I go into why I picked Matthew Stafford, I replaced Brandon Cooks with Amari Cooper because Cooks only had +1 speed over him, and Amari Cooper has way better route running and way more solid catching stats. His catch is lower, but his catch in traffic and his spec catch is higher and everything like that. And he's also stronger, and he can run block really well. When I play online, I have a pretty balanced offense. I do pass and run evenly, and I will run it more than I pass it if someone shows me they're not respecting the run. So I do like to have guys who can run block, and that's also why I picked up Larry Fitzgerald. I traded out Michael Thomas for him because Michael Thomas is the type of guy who's not really good at anything. He's just okay at everything, and he did have really good traits, but he kind of felt like a meh kind of card. So I picked up Larry. He's not the fastest guy, but look at his stats. He's got 97 spec catch. He's super strong. He can run block, good catch in traffic, and he's 6'4". So in the red zone, he's going to be a dude that can go up and get it. And now moving on to the quarterback. And this is the reason why I quick sold McNabb. I know the guys who haven't completed the gauntlet and want McNabb are probably salty that I did that. But hear me out. The reason why I chose Matthew Stafford is because he's got really great traits. He's clutch, he's a pocket QB, and he throws a tight spiral, which does affect how receivers catch the ball and how fast the ball is delivered. So he's got every single trait you'd want him to have, And another thing is, I do not like mobile quarterbacks, and I definitely don't like quarterbacks who have the scrambling trait. I like pocket QBs or bounce QBs. The reason why is because scrambling QBs will always have those passes that are straight to the dirt, and every QB will overthrow some passes no matter who it is. Even Tom Brady does. But when those clutch moments, 3rd and 2 on an online game, and you really need that first down, Michael Vick and McNabb are the dudes who are going to overthrow a slant. And pocket QBs are not going to do that. As soon as the Matthew Stafford is upgradable with training, I'm going to upgrade him. But you can see right now he already has every threshold but throw deep. Next week when I have him upgraded, he will reach every single threshold. And he will still have that 99 throw power with Gunslinger. I'm telling you, I've played with a lot of quarterbacks, especially pocket quarterbacks with really good releases. And Matthew Stafford has the fastest release and the fastest zing on his passes that I've seen on any quarterback. It is ridiculous. I will have to show you guys some gameplay of this guy really soon because his throw power is insane. Moving on to my defense, and right now it's incomplete, but pretty soon it will be pieced together like it is in my mind. Sean Taylor is already where he needs to be, and Adrian Amos, once I get the 92-93 power-up pass when you reach level 70, it's going to go on him. So I will have a 93 speed strong safety with over 90 man coverage, and I have both of my safeties with footsteps, and I really want to try that out to see how it works. I haven't used it yet. But my defensive tackles are looking good, my ends are looking good. I have Jabal Sheard to back those guys up. And right now my corners are the most incomplete. I'm going to eventually upgrade Dion with training, and then I think Gilmore is going to go in slot number 4, and then Rod Woodson is going to go in slot number 3 once he gets his limited time legend. Once he gets that, I will upgrade to that version of Rod Woodson. So my starting 2 will be Slay and Woodson, and then my slot will be Dion. I'm really happy with the way my team looks. What do you guys think? I saw this loading screen just now, and I think this is EA telling us that Brian Urlacher is going to be the limited time tomorrow. It says run errands for Brian tomorrow morning. I think the reason why EA did this is because the Roquan came out today, and he is also a middle linebacker for the Bears. So maybe it's just a heads up from EA saying maybe you don't want to choose him or get rid of him if you want Urlacher. But that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to show you my Gauntlet rewards and show you how my team is shaping up. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you watching. Come back for more Madden 19, and I will see you guys in my next video.